I need one more over here. One around. Thank you very much.
We just want it.
Those of us that's been through recruit training in the last 50 years will talk about these yellow footprints. Will we not, Rick? We'll talk about these yellow footprints. First of all, when you look down at them, you see that the heels are on line, the feet are at a 45-degree angle. That is the first step in the position of attention. Position of attention is a basic military position. All our drill moves are executed out of. There are no counts for the 7 steps. The other thing you see from here, from about back to chest, is about 40 inches. Shoulder to shoulder is about 40 inches. This is platoon formation. The basic formation that most of our drill is executed out of. Okay. What happened? Well, this bus here is going to arrive on a recruit depot. Those will use parris-island that's just down the street. They never arrive during the daytime. It's always 0 dark 30 in the morning. The potential wannabe Marines on here going to Parris-Island, both male and female. That's where we train our females, by the way. They're thinking about, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? But they're having a pretty good time. But something happens when they get to the main gate. Flip and get deathly serious. They start really wondering what they're doing there. Once they cross through the main gate, they come to the receiving barracks. Our friendly drill instructor gets on the bus. It takes 15 seconds to get off the bus, get her done, and get on my yellow foot. The other thing is, that the welfare department of RAS.
Look at the weapon!
I want to teach you 2 things. Okay? Assistant urgency and immediate obedience to orders. That's another thing that makes us different. The other thing is the Marine Corps, not like all the other services, we power down to the lowest level. To understand that, right now we've probably got a Lance Corporal, E3, maybe 20 years old, in charge of the combat control right now in Afghanistan. They start receiving fire from a structure. They're not going to stop, go to the boardroom, close the hatch, and take a vote. That Marine Lance Corporal in charge of that combat patrol, they're authorized to utilize deadly force. They're going guilty. They're going to take the structure down. But here's the other thing that's added to it. When we go into these foreign countries to make it safe for these people, they do not go to Barbados until we finish fighting and then come back. So a lot of times we go into these structures, we go into these towns, we go into these cities, we go into these areas, the good guys are still there. So a lot of times when we go into these areas, we got to make sure we're killing the right people. That's a heck of a mature decision. And the young Marines right now are making those decisions. They're doing a great job of it. When you look at Dakota Myers, when he did what he did to receive the Medal of Honor, he was 20 years old. And a lot of them do like that. That's another thing that makes us different.
The transformation of America's youth into reality.
As you're walking through here, a lot of people say, hey, this looks like a lot of fun. They see a lot of these things taking place, or rappelling from ropes. A lot of these events are happening. So it must be like King's Dominion or Disney. And I say, well, I can have you look up here on the bulkhead and see if you can see any of them smiling. The old guy's got a smile on his face. This drill instructor right here, he's about to cross 8 distant dead to a lot of recruits. The Marine Corps is very, very physical in what we do. Okay? Very physical. We test it twice a year on our physical fitness. Now, before we go on a combat operation, say an infantry unit, or combat arms operation, we're going to be tested. It's called a crest. One of the things we're going to do on that crest, we call it the hump. It's about 25, 26 miles. We have a minimum amount of time to complete that hump. Now, what we're going to wear on that hump over here is an example of a combat load. Okay? Combat load is what your commander wants you to have in this pack. We go on that operation. This pack here is probably about 60 pounds. They say average combat load is between 50 and 80 pounds. Those of us probably know sometimes up to 120 pounds. You know, we're going to have on that because we're not going to stop at no 7-Eleven if we run out of something. We're going to have on our protection equipment about 60 pounds, our combat load. We're getting ready to go on a combat operation. What do we need with us?
You need your weapons.
You need your weapons. What do you need with weapons?
Ammunition.
Ammunition. That's going to be distributed throughout the unit. TO weapons, the M16A2. We're probably going to carry some saws, automatic weapons, probably some 60s, and probably some mortars. The ammunition is going to be distributed throughout the unit. We have a minimum amount of time to complete this hump. And it's not individual effort, this is a unit.
What kind of mortar do you carry? A 60 millimeter or the 81 millimeter?
Probably 60s, depending on the unit. You know, because they're big, they break down.
You got a
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, yeah. Little guys always get the base plate, they're always going to try. Anyway, minimum amount of time. And your commander is going to try to beat the other commander's time. Okay? Where does this really come into effect? Well, a lot of times in what we do as Marines, the way we fight. First of all, anybody's ever read or ever spent any time in Afghanistan or Iraq knows it's a little different in the infrastructure. When we're fighting in Iraq, we can pretty much move around the way we want. During the day, you know, we can fly, you know, there's real roads. When we go into Afghanistan, you're not going to fly during the daytime. And most of the time, you're not going to move during the daytime. But the biggest way we're going to get around are two leather Cadillacs we get on our feet, our boots. What happens in the Marines, I told you how we're loaded up.